Hello again. My name is Emma. Welcome to my channel. I'm always out of breath. Anyway, I thought I'd come out here and have a high tea with you. So I'm just gonna come out here and show you what I got. What, hon?
I'm finished.
Okay, good. Just leave everything on the table. When I come up, I'll take care of everything. They just finished having a light dinner, actually. Kids are back in school. Yay! I know we're all happy about that. So as far as a high tea, it usually is like around 5 o'clock. So I thought I'd just come out here, because I usually do it inside the house, but I thought since the days are just becoming more beautiful, it's more bearable. It's not real hot and sticky out here. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna take advantage of this weather and come out here and be with you guys. So usually high tea consists of course, your tea, which I'm gonna come out here in a minute. And I have raspberry zinger from Celestial Seasoning, and this is the package. I think I had mentioned before that I have a sampler box that came in with all these different flavors. So this is one of them, okay? So we're gonna try that one. And I'm just gonna bring my tea out here. I'm just gonna start taking everything out and let you know what everything is. This right here is just an egg salad sandwich with, I didn't put onions in there this time because I usually do, but it's just a boiled egg mixed with mayonnaise, a little bit of salt, and some celery sticks that I just chopped up real quick. Okay? And then on this one, I have a little plate, little fork, and it just has some figs, some of those Fig Newtons little cookies, some crackers, and it's always, I don't know what it is, but I enjoy the sweet with the salty. I don't know what it is. To me, it just tastes awesome. So it's the sweet with the salty, and I have some crackers and some butter chip pickles, which they taste, I don't know what it is, but they just taste so good. And of course I have my little doily. So I'm just gonna move everything around. Okay. And I'm just gonna put my doily there, put everything back around everything, and of course the tea. And I'm just gonna pour it in. And I'm just gonna put it over here for now. And I am gonna take a zip, like in a zipper, right? No, a sip. I had the wrong sound of the S. And I am going to taste this, it smells really good, this raspberry zinger. And let's find out how it tastes, okay? Yeah, it does have a little bit. I don't know, they're gonna have to come out with a way to really add those flavors for it to be a little bit more that you could really taste it. Of course, I always have my little sugar cubes, so I'm putting 2 of them in there just to sweeten it up a little bit more. I mean, you don't have to have sugar cubes. You could have like honey or whatever kind of sweetener you think might taste good in here. I always go with the Domino sugar little cubes. But other than that, you know, it has that, you do have that raspberry taste. I did bring a little cloth, so when I'm done I can just cover everything up. You know how it is out here when you're out on, you know, in the outdoors. Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of little bugs flying around. That's just the way it is. I have not had dinner. I had a very, very light breakfast, and this is the reason more why they have high tea with little sandwiches and then crackers with cheese, and then you have your sweets at the end, because sometimes back in the day women were running around doing this, doing that, taking care. They were always entertaining. I mean constantly entertaining. Mm. I'm going for one more of the butter chips. They're so good. I should have bought some jam out here, or some kind of spread, right? Like some hummus to put on the crackers. I got you next time. I think I use this thing a lot. Okay, so done with that. But again, you know, back then, women were always running around, you know, entertaining, making sure that the staff were doing what they were supposed to be doing, whether it was, you know, the servants who were living up there upstairs with them, or the servants that were downstairs. I was very, very intrigued about all that had, you know, all the going-ons in that era. So I even looked up, you know, all the ranks of all the servants, like the scullery maid and so on. And I find out that stuff fascinating. But I mostly found fascinating what they ate. And like I said, they were always running around, you know, probably getting fitted for a dress. I mean, they just couldn't go to a department store and buy a dress. They literally had to get fitted. They had to get sewn, and who knows how many times they had to go to get fitted, you know, just to have that right looking gown, you know. But it's kind of weird because in the 1920s, they didn't have all that. It was mostly in the 1800s, right? Or something like that. Anyway, I don't want to get off way too off track, but knowing that they had to eat something right away, and they ended up making sandwiches, dessert, you know, just little things, so because they were always on the run. They were always eating and on the run. So they had to have something to supplement them throughout the day. Okay, excuse me. So with all that, a little bit more. Okay, so to my books, The American Pop is the one that I'm almost done with. I only got that much left to go, and for $1.25 you can't go bad. I remember there was this one book. It was called, and I think I have it right, it was a purple book, and there was a nice lady with a purple gown on the jacket, and it was called The Duke and the Seamstress. I tried looking for it. I couldn't find it. I know I have it because I read the whole book, and I really enjoyed it. I did. But there was this one scene in there, not a scene, but, well, yeah, kind of, if you see it that way. And when I was reading it, I was like, I could have, because I was picturing the scene or what I was reading in my head. And I was like, I could have sworn I saw something in which he was describing where all these women were sitting down and somebody came in and they were all talking about things. And I was like, God, that you know, that little script sounds so familiar. And I'm like, well, I don't know where I saw it, but I know I saw it somewhere. And I'm thinking, well, maybe it was Downton Abbey. Or maybe it was, you know, somewhere else on another one of those British or whatever, you know, like Victoria, something like that. But then I remember, I go, no, wait, it was the Selfridges series. And I remember that because they were hiding things. They were trying to keep behind doors and talk about the suffrages. And I remember that, and I was like, that's where I think I could have sworn. That's, you know, kind of like it clicked. I go, oh, that's probably where the guy, whoever wrote that, got that, you know, threw that in the manuscript, because that sounds exactly what I saw in one of those movies. So that was pretty cool. I really enjoyed that one. And I did read it all the way to the end. I did enjoy it. But again, you know, kind of, the ending was kind of disappointing. Okay, so even like Downton Abbey, I mean, when I first found out about Downton Abbey, I was really like excited, you know, like, oh wow, this is exactly the kind of movie I want to watch. It's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. And then they had, somebody died, right, in the beginning, and obviously, whether he had a heart attack or whatever, but at the end, they didn't really try anything to save him, you know. They literally just let the dude die. And it was like them, you know, they're running with the body, you know, down the halls and everything. And I'm like, are they going to get away with murder? Because nobody really found out who did it. And then I think towards the end, they tried to blame it on somebody else. Or they did blame it on somebody else. And I'm like, wait a minute, are these girls actually going to get away with murder? And then that was it. There was no more murders. There was no more of any of the same how it started. So I was like kind of baffled, because I was like, it just took, right off the bat, it just took a turn. And it just became something that it wasn't in the beginning. And I was waiting and waiting. Now it's like, no, this is not what I thought it was going to be. And because, it's a castle, and they had all these servants upstairs, downstairs. I thought, they were going to be, these girls were going to be like malicious or mischievous, and they were going to do things and try to hide it and keep it undercover, and somebody was going to try to investigate the whodunit. But it never came about that. And it ended up being about, more or less just romance. And I was like, which I didn't mind, that's all nice, but it just didn't come out the way I thought it was gonna roll out, So that kind of was kind of disappointing. So, oh well, maybe somebody could think of something like that for another movie. I don't know. Anyway, it was really, it is what it is. But anyway, I remember, I think I was talking the other day about the pictures of American Pop, right? And I was like, oh, I couldn't remember all those pictures that great, artist or whatever drawer he did. And he had all these pictures, and it was about long ago, how people lived in the 1930s and 40s, and it was Norman Rockwell. Oh yeah, I looked him up. I was like, I know who I'm talking about. And it was Norman Rockwell. And then I had mentioned a movie where they had taken, it was like a Christmas party, or it was going to be Christmas, and they were trying to sell their house. And they wanted everybody in the community to play a part in helping them sell the house. And they were passing out at the, what do you call it, whatever it is, whatever gathering they have. And she was passing out all these magazines of Norman Rockwell magazines. And I couldn't remember the movie. Remember, I was saying, I was like, I know the movie. I can't think of it. I'll tell you guys later. It was called Funny Farm with Chevy Chase. Except I don't know the actress's name, but I've seen her in other movies as well. So it was Funny Farm. You gotta check that movie out. It's an all-time favorite. It is definitely a Christmas movie that you don't want to miss. And it does have that country flair. And if you like antiques, I like the antique where the she went to go find the squirrel ad, and she ended up making a story out of it. I mean, you gotta watch it. It was such a cute movie. I can go right now and watch it right now, but I won't, because I don't got time for that. So yeah. So that was really I couldn't remember those, and I was like, no, I really have to, let them know that I found what I was talking about. Anyway, so aside from that book, The Duke and the Seamstress, which was a good book. It was. I did like it. And again, for $1.25, you can't go bad. I did pick this one up. It was called Exile for Dreamers, and it looks like this. And it was around 1814. So this one goes way, way, way back there. So I did start it. I only had like that much that I read into it. But then I ended up I found this one. I found Kathleen Baldwin wrote this one, and Rosie Nixon wrote this one. And it's called The Stylist. So I'm always looking at the jackets of books. And, I like to read their autobiography of what they say about them and so forth. Did this one have one? I don't think so. No, that one didn't have one. So again, I'm always looking, and the jackets are the things that always catch my eye, whether it's dresses or the title, things like that, or a castle behind it, you know. Those kind of scenes will get me to, if not buy your book or get your book, definitely take a glance to see. Oh, you walk by, oh, you take that second look at, what was that? Let me see that. And those are the books again, for $1.25, and look at how thick they are. They're thick, and they're paperback. So, well, you know, paper. They're not hardcover. So, yeah. So that's where I'm at right now. So again, I'm gonna try to be out here as much as I can. You know, while the weather permits. It's a beautiful blue sky out here, and I'm gonna try to finish drinking my tea. I probably won't finish that out here because I have little ones that I have to worry about in there. So, like a fish in the sea, so glad you caught me, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.